So I've been stuck in the house for the last day and a half. Friday night, Saturday. Not a lot to do when it's raining. Pouring down rain. I mean, I think we're going to float away. So it finally quit raining. Chance to get outside, do a little bit of something with the rest of the weekend. So not wanting to get any major projects today, so I thought we'd just go for a walk. So my apologies for the wind. Can't do anything about that. We're going to walk along the edge of this field and along this timber here. The deer use this path a lot. I see them down here all the time. So you're just going to want to walk along, find the best deer trail you can. Of course, every little stick looks like an antler laying there. Hopefully I'm not shaking y'all too bad. Just holding you here in the tripod. So everything is sloppy. I mean, the ground just, whoop, as I about fall. Everything, the ground just squishes out from between your feet. So I'm gonna keep walking. I'll bring you back when I find something interesting. So I found something interesting. It's not a deer antler. I'm gonna show it to you anyway. This tree, if you can see it very well, there you go. Broke, snapped off right there. Goes quite a ways up there. And that thing is just barely hanging on. So that tree right there is one you want to stay away from. We've got a lot of that on the farm now with the dead ash trees. Keep your kids away from those. That always scares me. I'm always worried about the trees falling on one of the kids or something, or them getting tangled up in something they shouldn't. So that right there is a good example. Widowmaker. So I did find some bone on the ground. Not the antlers, but a bone. I don't really know. Don't really know what those are from. I'm just not sure. But, we'll keep going. I'm going to walk through this cedar thicket here. And just keep going, see what we can find. Well, I found the bones that belong with the rest of the bones I already found. That almost looks creepy. So here's a rub from a male deer. So for those of you that don't know, when the deer are growing their antlers, on the outside of the antlers there's a velvet coating. And into the fall, that antler underneath the coating hardens, and the deer rub their antlers on these trees to get the velvet off, and then they're left with that hard horn. So there it is. That's a cedar tree. Buck's rub. Not a scrape. Scrape would be on the ground. That's a rub. So it really feels good to get outside, even though the conditions are not so great. It's 38. A little bit of a breeze. Chilly. Wet. Kind of a mist in the air. Just uncomfortable, but still, it feels good to get outside. Can y'all hear that? Neighbors are out, they're shooting. Very common to hear gunshots around here. And some of these guys are shooting all day long. So I don't know where they get all their bullets or how they afford them, but sometimes. And I'm telling you what, back when the weather was nicer, they must have had some of that binary explosive, because you'd hear a gunshot and then a loud boom. So I've never messed around with that binary stuff, but these guys certainly have fun with it. And you can just tell that's what they're doing. So maybe we'll hear some more of them throughout the video. So walking across the old tobacco field here and come up on the deer blind tiny cabin. Still looks pretty cool. Haven't worked on it since the video, but trying to get materials together and find the time to really spend on it. Widowmaker number 2. Let's go check out the creek. With all this rain, it's super high. Hear the neighbor shooting again? They haven't stopped this whole time I've been recording. So I haven't been over here for a while. I didn't even come over here this year when I was hunting. So hard telling what we'll see this time around. Haven't been over here in like 4 or 5 months. Now this creek doesn't usually have this much water in it. It's usually mostly dried up with some puddles here and there. But like I said, with the rain, everything's up and flowing. I wish it did that all the time. Got a little bit of a log jam there. We'll keep going. Here's another bone, the wrong kind. So I just jumped some deer. Oh, there you can see the tail of one. There they go. Yeah, not being too quiet today. So of course they heard me coming. So far, 0 antlers. I have walked a long ways, probably farther than I really wanted to. I haven't found anything yet. So, I'm going to keep going. Just got to keep trying. Won't find one if you don't go. Widowmaker number 3. So I wanted to show you, and at least give you a tip. When you're looking for these antlers, fences are a good place to look. Where the deer jump over the fence from the neighbor's property to your property, or maybe it's your fence, whatever the case is. You can see right there where they've been landing, jumping from the other side to this side. So when they jump over that fence, it has a tendency to jar the antler loose, and it'll fall off here by the fence, one side or the other. So it didn't work this time. Nothing at this fence crossing. There is a little bit of fur on that, white fur on that top strand of barbed wire on the fence. So, you know, they scrape their belly as they're jumping across. So let's keep going. We'll make our way back to the house eventually. And maybe if I get back there and we haven't found anything yet, I'll get you some of the old sheds out and show you those. Don't want to leave you hanging with nothing. So I didn't want to leave you hanging without seeing any kind of shed antlers. So at least show you a few that I've found in the past. The bigger ones I've had those for a long time. And the smaller ones, this one, my daughter found that one last year. I'm really hoping this buck doesn't get shot and he grows up. He's got a drop tine there. And this is a little one I found this year. You see he's got one broke off there. He broke it off. Probably scraping it on something or fighting with another deer. This one's a decent size. You know, most people would shoot that deer if they saw him. This one, I'd say the same. This one, so I had the date on there, 2010. So I've had that one for 8 years. So there you are. There's a couple of shed antlers, at least an example for you. So I guess this is where our walk through the woods is going to end today. Sorry we didn't find anything as far as shed antlers go. Hope you enjoyed the walk. Maybe it helped you relax for a little while. Sure helped me get out of the house and walk around. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe, like, comment below. Just getting started here on my YouTube channel, so anything you do to help me is greatly appreciated. Comments and seeing new subscribers every day really does help. Thanks again. We'll see you again on another day.